So Volvo invited us to drive the Volvo S90 luxury saloon recently, and unfortunately I could not go for that event because I was on the Tata Hexa as well as the Honda Accord drives, which are happening at roughly the same time. But my colleague Devendra Soni did go for that event, and if you want to read his story, you can check it out by clicking on this link over here and seeing that story. But we also have got a video for you, so I will explain you all about the car, its interiors as well as its styling, and is it really worth considering if you are in the market for a luxury car. Well, so my colleague Devendra Soni came out very impressed after that drive, and he thinks that it is a very good alternative to established German rivals, and is definitely a car which you should consider, and is also a car which could be a game changer for Volvo here in India. So do you agree with him? You can write in the comment section below, and here's the video now telling you what this car is all about. The Volvo S90 clearly has the wow factor about it and will certainly grab your attention. The big headlamps with the Thor hammer theme in them look really classy, and the convex shaped grille also looks super cool. But it is the rear end of the car which really does stand out from a sea of German luxury sedans, and the C-shaped rear lamps really do look like nothing else on the road and are sure to turn a lot of heads every time you take this car out for a spin. Moving on to the cabin, this car will simply wow you with its high-end quality. There isn't a single piece of plastic which feels out of place, and everything really is up to Volvo's high standards. In terms of equipment, this car comes really very well loaded. You get heated as well as cooled seats. You get a Bowers & Wilkins stereo system which gets 19 speakers, and you also get Napa leather upholstery across the cabin. But that's not all. This car also comes with 4-zone climate control and plenty of other tech to keep you busy inside the cabin. You also get this iPad-like screen in the middle of the dashboard, which is very intuitive to operate and definitely much easier than BMW's iDrive or even the Mercedes entertainment system. But the best part is the seat comfort inside the S90. Both the front and the rear seats offer you loads of space as well as excellent cushioning. The S90 comes with a D4 diesel engine at the moment, which means that you get a 2-litre engine with about 190 bhp of power as well as 400 Nm of torque. And all this power is transmitted via an 8-speed gearbox. Now you can also choose from different dynamic modes, which include the Eco mode, the Comfort mode as well as the Dynamic mode. But if it is ultimate driving thrills that you want to go after, then the S90 isn't the car for you. But how many buyers in the luxury car market actually end up buying a car for driving thrills? Most of them will buy it for the rear seat comfort, and that is where this car excels. The engine is not only quiet at low city speeds, it's also inherently quiet when you rev the engine hard and are doing speeds in excess of 100 kph on the highway. In fact, if you are sitting in the back seat, you will really be very well cocooned from all the elements on the outside. When you are driving this car in the dynamic setting, the engine and gearbox become a lot more livelier and are definitely a lot more keener for the enthusiastic driver. But if you want to change gears quickly, you better do it manually because the automatic gearbox can sometimes struggle to keep pace with your accelerator foot, and that means that sometimes downshifting can take a little longer than you want. Overall though, it's a car which will keep you cocooned from the outside world, and one of the best cars for anyone who enjoys being chauffeur driven all day long. This car also comes with air suspension, but only at the rear, and the suspension is as good as the one on the Mercedes E-Class. It simply glides over the worst of worst roads, and only the sharpest of sharp crevices will manage to filter into the cabin. So if you are in the luxury market, is the new Volvo S90 a car that you should consider? With its comfortable cabin, its classy styling on the outside, and a huge list of features, it's difficult to argue against the Volvo S90. And it seems that there is finally a more viable alternative. And if you're in the market for a luxury car but don't want to go with the traditional German choices, then the Volvo S90 is probably the best option out there. It looks different from everything else, and it simply won't disappoint you.